text KFC. I don't know if he's gonna answer.
He was on.
Oh wow, delay.
Yeah, that was quick. The TV has.
Can you just put the volume off of the TV?
Yeah.
Maybe do your job.
Yeah, maybe do the job. Huh?
Act professional. You behind the scenes fucking peasant
look,
loser.
You know where it is, right
Yeah,
there,
look at him.
Schmo.
This guy had no idea. Like this is insane. This is a place of business.
All right.
Hey,
Marty,
shake
Jerry.
my hand.
Marty, Jerry, and Terry. No Jerry today. He'll be back tomorrow. All right. First of all, I want one day, I want Dukes to just be like, I fucked up, won't be in today, instead of an excuse. Like, I don't care. He's not here today.
Yeah.
He's also doing, like, he's college basketball. We're tired. I was tired this morning. It's a lot. But he's like, I think his excuse today was, my phone died when I was sleeping. I'm going to be late. Might be. Just say I fucked up. You know? You agree?
You can't let the phone die when it's your only alarm clock.
Oh,
We're in
yeah.
a day where it's nobody programs alarm clocks.
Also,
so.
his phone didn't die. He just overslept.
All right.
Of course
See,
he did.
Yeah, okay. You know, you're more of the bad cop on that one.
I mean,
so.
of course he overslept. His phone didn't. Every fucking person, especially at this company, goes to bed with their phone charged. That's just what it is. Also, let's read Mincy. Let's read Mincy's tweet.
Oh, one of the best tweets of all time.
His tweet was, everyone tweeting about the Will Smith / Chris Rock Oscars drama. I am still thinking about the Doors cover by Widespread Panic last night. I live in an alternate universe. Mincy, our job is to tweet about the Will Smith thing.
Yeah, I stopped my bit as soon as that happened. I'm like, all right, obviously not. Like, here we go.
Actually, you should have kept going and said, like, pretending like you didn't even know about the Will Smith thing. It's just fucking
Fair.
did that.
When the alternate angle started to go, it was weird because I was like, I was honestly still like doing my bit, and then I looked at the TV and I go to my wife, I'm like, what happened? Like it cut out, and then I'm like, is that real? And then like it's just that was a wild thing. Also, why do other countries get the full
That
look
was my
like
first
that?
thought.
That was
Holy
awesome.
shit! They have the best fucking TV on the planet.
Yeah, that was awesome. So, all right.
I like truthfully early, I was like, man, like that's fake. Like,
That's
and
what
then
I thought,
it
too.
got serious. Like it was.
Let's break it down because everyone's gonna be talking about it today. We're gonna talk about Pick Central. We're talking about here, but we're here, so let's talk about it. I realized something over the weekend. The internet just doesn't want to all have fun together anymore.
No.
I've realized.
I mean,
that.
I'm getting dragged for my thing.
Well, it's like, you're not getting dragged because Dave said it, and Dave's also just like, he just didn't. He thinks that you're serious what you say about college basketball a lot. It is
Fair.
You're.
I think like we don't have many, like you don't have many hot for an hour. That's gonna entertain me the same way. Like the other night, I was saying Shaheen Holloway is better than John Wooden. Like I just think Twitter can be a fun place where you can make other people mad harmlessly
Yeah, you can't do
for
that
your
anymore.
own good. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
same thing. Like Thanksgiving on a Thursday. Like that's just little shit to pass the day. Like
Believe me,
And it's
but then you have
wild
people
that
like
it's
Jack
like-
McCarthy who thought he didn't know Thanksgiving's on Thursday every year.
that makes it even fun.
I
Like you
know,
get that
yeah.
rarity.
I'm
Like
kidding.
people were
But-
pissed.
All right, because I realized
to
this.
that.
We're watching. I was watching me, Glennie, and Dana late night at my apartment.
Were you watching it?
No. I'm talking about Saturday.
Oh, okay.
We were dogged Saturday night, 3 a.m. watching like old concerts of like Elton John and like old concerts. Those shits were packed out to the like outside concerts, like insane amount of people. Remember that DMX video?
That's me where I thought it
where
was
it's
said
like,
that.
remember that DMX video where he was
At
like,
Woodstock?
is that where it was? I don't know.
I
Probably.
forget. You know which
Probably
one it
not.
is where you just can't even see.
Everyone's
Yeah,
going,
it's probably Woodstock.
Yeah.
Woodstock's the most fascinating event to me on the planet. 69, most fascinating event on the planet.
I think you said that on the show
I did
once, yeah.
because it's what
But
was really.
Wait. Just
All
let
right.
me finish the point. No one in this world anymore all comes together and is like I feel like everyone thinks it's not cool enough to do shit anymore. Whereas like that,
Yes.
it's like we don't get crowds like that anymore unless it's like you're gonna be on drugs or drinking pretty much. It's like this is like Will Smith. That was so real. People saying it's like at first I can understand why you said it's fake. When all the facts came out, it was real. Chris Rock didn't go put his hands up because he He's friends with Will Smith. He thought he wasn't going to punch him in the face in the middle of the Oscars.
Right.
The other thing, he's yelling about keep my wife's name out of your mouth. His wife has alopecia. He probably is a sore subject about his jokes about his wife's fucking head. That's just that's real. What should he be slapped him in the face? No. He looks awful for doing that. Everyone's standing up for him, being like, oh, everyone should stick up for your wife like that. As a significant other, I'd be embarrassed. You wouldn't be embarrassed? We're not at a bar. We're at the Oscars.
It's a tough look.
We're at the Oscars.
I get how like people just listen. You're talking to the guy. I'm actually wearing the snapped pants right now, so it's bad vibe that I'm getting dragged on Twitter today. Some people just have a breaking point. I mean, they also made jokes about like his marriage and shit. So like maybe just enough is enough. But you're right. Like it was. When you look at the people's faces, people wearing he was probably wearing a $5,000 suit, $10,000 suit. Like you look at the magnitude of like what it was crazy. Like I mean, and then the speech, like he's right though. Like shit makes you do wacky stuff. Like
yeah, you have breaking points. Hence you.
Yes.
Someone says your names that doesn't like you. I understand. Like I know I'm kidding, but like yeah, you have breaking points. I have breaking points too. But you're at the Oscars. You're about to go up in 10 minutes to get your Oscar. How does that not compute in your brain being like, all right, probably shouldn't smack the fuck out of him. You just go up to him after and be like, hey, like I don't appreciate you doing that. Stop. But like smacking him. But the more of the stories, I don't care about that. That's awesome. That was the best thing that happened live television in maybe ever.
Moments I remember like breaking, like being like, oh my god, like you like the Madonna Christina Britney kiss.
Yep.
Kanye saying on the fucking hurricane relief with George Bush. I remember seeing that live.
Isn't that the Taylor Swift thing too? No, I'm saying another thing that Taylor Swift.
Kanye. I mean, the wrong envelope at the Oscars as well. Kind of was like a what the fuck type thing. Do you remember that a couple years ago? Yeah. But there's not many that you're like, holy shit.
Miss Universe with Steve Harvey, that was a big one.
But like how?
But like there's like
Janet
moments.
Jackson.
Yeah.
But like how in the world can we not all see that? I think you have to be a dumb person to think that was fake. Where it's like
not initially.
No.
You okay with that? Not initially.
After all the facts came out,
because when he's yelling, too looked kind of
I understand. At first, you think it's fake because there's like no way that would happen.
This part really like triggered me when he stops dead and hits it and does almost like a choreographed move.
Yeah,
with his
where
body.
he ends it. Yeah.
It's like
because he was trying to be cool.
Yeah.
There's still elements of it that I believe, like. But it's gonna sound weird because now I'm negating everything you're saying. I still think there's parts that like you could be like, I can still lean fake. Don't get me wrong. What do I believe? It's right. But there is a lot that like also he's dead center. He goes right at him.
Listen, you can think it was fake. Right when it first happened, I asked 6 people. I was like, "Is this real?" And because it's so obscure and like 2 mega stars, like those are 2 of the biggest stars in America,
right?
And you're like, there's no way that's real. But then once you get all the facts, you see him screaming. Because then the first time he goes, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." That'd be a funny bit if they planned all that. But then when he goes, "Keep my motherfucking wife's name out your mouth," and then the crowd got quiet. That's just real.
Yeah, it's a full auditorium of people too, and you're like screaming like like 2 guys in a bar or something.
And
like,
then then to still say it's fake when you have Denzel, Denzel and Brad Pitt, or maybe not Brad Pitt, someone else.
Who was the white guy?
His manager or something.
Oh, okay.
Like coming out to help him and like you see that, and then the speech he's crying, saying that it's not about him crying because he won the award because of like how much it took into it and him apologizing to people. How are we still talking about it if it's fake?
Right, it's not.
Right. It's not fake.
Any doubt where you still could have like him being like Chris, like if he came out and like wink wink, that died with the speech.
Chris Rock.
I think you were allowed 1% to think it's still fair, 5% still think it's fake. Once the speech started, absolutely not.
You don't think Chris Rock would have had more jokes after he slapped him, or instead of just being stunned because he was stunned that he got slapped?
And they probably wouldn't go straight into announcing another award. They probably would have been like, when they do a bit like
that.
Well,
I listened to Jimmy Kimmel today on a podcast, and no free ads, and he said that if it was him, he'd be pissed that Amy Schumer had to wait 17 minutes. He's like, they gave that moment to Diddy. Like, Amy Schumer should be able to come out there, or Wanda Sykes or the other girl, to be able to come out there and kind of like be like, all right, now's my like, you have to have a joke off the cuff. Like, you have to have something.
I was wondering
or a
why
one-liner throwaway. You know what I mean? Like
something.
I was wondering why there wasn't anything directly after that. Like, no one brought
I think
it
the
up.
whole room, the room was like legitimately like shook. Like
that is I guess they're so famous it doesn't matter, but like that's such a good opportunity to be like, was that real? Like, did that just happen?
Because
like,
she did it way later.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, like the room's different now. What happened while I was gone? Type thing.
Yeah.
Also,
like,
the reason it can't be fake is if you're like, yeah, he's a big star. You want to like build up ratings. You wouldn't pick a person who potentially is going to win their first Oscar.
No, 10 minutes later.
10 minutes later, you don't.
Yes.
Because why would you ever want them to risk that and be like, oh, hey, you got to slap him for ratings? By the way, you're also potentially going to win it.
Also, they're not that smart. The Oscar, like that. That's why.
Well,
that's why when Barstool, like when, it's not funny, but like when Rico throws the high noon and Brandon pushes him, Nate pushed YP back in the day, like. That's why Barstool, everyone loves Barstool, because it's real. Mm-hmm. We can't script that because we're not that smart to script
the Oscars fucked up not running that like who gets the views on it. I guess that's not really necessary monetarily, but like the Twitter view, the face, like that video is owned through ABC, like fucking Japan or because whatever.
Crazy.
Like just run it, bro. Like you know, what are you afraid of?
You know
like,
what though? It's a different world because. In our world, it's like days like push it, run it, throw it, because it's us. We're not.
But in fairness, though, like if we didn't have those alternate views, no one knows what happened.
No, I know, but
like
also,
so your job is it's a show. Show what's going on in the show. You know what I mean? Like
the Oscars, the guy who runs the Oscars is definitely like it's such a pristine fucking party and award show. He's probably like he's a guy who's like embarrassed for that to happen. Where it's like why like this is. It's supposed to be about the art of fucking movies.
No, nobody
and all
takes
that
themselves
shit.
in more like stuffed shirts than those people.
Exactly. Right. So it's like I understand why they're not probably doing it because they're like, oh, it's the Oscars. It's so fucking pristine, whatever. But the internet, first of all, my tweet about you was funny.
Yeah, Marty had to check if it was okay first.
I did. That was.
I said, yeah.
Was that nice of me though?
Yes.
Was that nice?
Yeah, he said just don't say Jada Smith's jokes about her hair. Don't say Rico's real name. Like, check.
It's a funny tweet.
The speech, though. Well, here's another thing, too. Did you see how rattled Chris Rock was after? Like, a cleaner version? He's like, all right, we're going to do an award for documentaries about real movies. And
yes, because he was like, I can't believe that someone, because no matter what, it's a cheap shot. And the worst people on the internet right now, like Marcus Stroman is like stand up for your family, stand up for your wife. Okay, yes, you should stand up for your family. If he won his award and was like, hey, I don't appreciate Chris Rock going after my wife and saying she has alopecia, she deals with this every single day, and then everyone will be like, holy fuck, like he just dummied Chris Rock, like that's how you stand up for your wife. Going up and smacking Chris Rock in the middle of the Oscars is the biggest pussy move I've ever seen in my life. It's a pussy move. And, like, everyone's like, oh, stand up. If my wife did that to me, I'd be like, what the fuck are we doing?
Well, the crazy thing is he laughed right away. So what did Jada say?
Exactly.
Or, like, you know what?
Like,
he probably looked at that look and was like, I mean, he sees it let's say he saw it every day. There's also some video of Chris Rock going back at Jada like 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So, like, he definitely was a build-up. It was, like, a legitimate grudge. But I agree with you. I mean, it's, you know.
The other thing, too, that I was told was they have to get these jokes approved. You think if they, like, heard that joke. Do? That's what I was told. They had the jokes approved. So, like, you would like, 'cause they can't go up there and just say anything because, like, they were saying, too, like, now, like, Will Smith can get, like, Will Smith can get sued by whoever the commission is that oversees.
Oh, he definitely can.
So, you can't, like, you have to get these things approved before you can go up there and start just, like, firing off jokes like that.
Chris Rock definitely isn't going to do it. I hope he says something soon.
He has to.
What can he say that's a win?
A win just being like, I honestly, I got the joke approved. I don't know. Right. He can't say much because a lot of it's going to be like, maybe sound like a pussy or whatever. But
honestly, though, I think if he came out and was just like, the joke was in bad taste, I really screwed up there, like, I apologize. He's a good friend. Apologize, whatever. I think that was just like
but he has every right to like be mad about what he did. You know, like
it would be funny if he just like was like, all right, I have a stand-up show tonight. come here, and then he just rips on Will
Crazy.
Smith.
It would be unbelievable.
Whatever, man. That's
why you also like. There's a ton of people who make it about politics too. Like I've heard that, especially living on Staten Island. Like we don't have the most like widespread idea type people, and they're like, I ain't watching that fucking shit. Like like this, that, and make it political. I'm like, it's a fucking event
It's an
that
award show.
dominates social media.
yeah.
Right.
You gotta tune in.
You have
like,
to.
just even if it's background noise and you don't watch any of the movies,
'Cause you're
somebody's
missing
gonna
that.
do something stupid. Like
Right.
somebody's dress is gonna fall down. Like there's gonna be something that's gonna be talked about the next day at the water cooler.
You know what we got next week? We got the Grammys. Kanye's up for Album of the Year. He's gotta one up it.
I mean,
has
Kanye's
to.
He's
definitely gonna say something
Gotta.
about Pete, bro.
1,000,000%.
When is it? Sunday?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, no, he's definitely. And is he gonna win?
I don't know.
Because
I
like
mean,
Will
he's
Smith
got a
was
good
definitely
shot.
gonna win.
Yeah, he's got a good shot.
If they were smart, they just give it to him.
Yeah.
I would give it to him just
The
for
speech too, he like didn't really thank his wife, didn't really apologize.
Because I think he was
The
rattled
Williams
too.
sisters looked kind of shook.
The
It's like
Williams sisters were like, oh, fuck, we're kind of embarrassed. That's the guy who's portraying our crazy father.
And he just walked up and
Like,
just...
Yeah.
that's where it's like, oh, wait, maybe he really is a crazy dad too. Like, watch out. I don't know. All right, let's wrap up the show, though. Let's talk real quick. Just fucking Duke's in the Final Four.
Yeah, we're going.
We'll go into the game. I'm going to cry. I'm really going to cry. Jake is going to kill me. I didn't know how mad I've been making him about Duke. Like, of course I'm going to celebrate in his face, celebrate everywhere. I'll be the villain, I guess, for my team being in the Final Four. I'm the only...
I just chose not to play.
Rigo's
Listen,
now a Duke fan, Cody, if you didn't know.
I just
He's
chose
Duke
not
fan.
to listen. I chose not to play it as hard as you. Does that make sense? To make it as obvious,
But the thing
because you
is-
see,
the thing is-
we're gonna get killed regardless. Do we need two of us getting smashed?
But the thing is, I'm not playing it. That's just
I
that's
get
how
it.
I
Okay,
am.
fine. But I mean, as vocal about it.
All right, that's fine.
I mean, the first time we met was we were in the office recording Pick'em, and it was like, yo, you going tonight? I'm like, yeah, I scored ticket, the Texas Tech thing, and you were like,
Yeah.
I barely have any money, but I'm getting in the building, like that big game vibe. Like I would go, I watched them all the time. Like you just get a little older, you fall a little bit out of like it hurts a little less, if that makes sense. Like I still like them, and to be honest with you, it was probably a bad eye. I didn't think this team had it in them. Their fucking defense, like I just was like, the defense is fucked up. Bad conference. That turned out to be wrong. It's why the tournament is great. Like,
and again-
and they beat a legitimate road. Cal State Fullerton joke. Michigan State respectable. Texas Tech beast. Arkansas good. Not Gonzaga, but like they've been through a really good road and have proven it. Do I think that defense can fall on their face still at any point? Yeah, but the good thing is it's only 2 games. They're running out of time to do it. So it's like, and plus just the magnitude of the event. We talked about it too. Like college basketball kind of dominates really for only these 3 weeks and lives for 2 months, if that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People start paying attention after the Super Bowl. This helps. Like this is a bigger like get people going. People remember where this game is, like where they were watching it. This is a marquee moment in time. With that said, of course, like the art, it's probably gonna fall on its face. Somebody's gonna win by 30, just to fucking ruin it. You know, like
I'm just saying. I've been saying it all year. I know people are gonna say I'm biased, but it's like they have 6 pros on this team. There's a reason why they are really fucking good. Obviously, their offense will always overtake these defensive teams because their offense can't be stopped. But Duke UNC is like, if the NCAA is coming.
Oh yeah,
right now because
the ticket
it's just
prices
like,
flipped and it doubled in a day.
It's like, dude,
we looked. It
you
was like
can't even-
$4.25 Friday night. By Saturday or whatever Saturday, and by Sunday it was $8.25 to get in the building, and it's probably higher now.
You could have, if you said it was Kansas, Villanova, Duke in the Final Four, you'd be like, oh, that makes sense. Who's the 4th team? But if you heard Duke, UNC, when UNC is an 8 seed, when they have to beat Baylor, they have to beat, like you would think, a Kentucky or a Purdue.
I'm pretty sure UNC's made the Final Four twice as an 8 seed. You could look that
I think
up.
so too. Yeah, I think so.
I remember. I think it was in like 2000. But let me tell you this. I mean, listen, Duke UNC is obviously. I know I did like the troll thing, right? But like, just take step away as a Duke fan for a second. And granted, let's say it's not Krzyzewski's year. Okay, don't get me wrong. It's going to be the top game because they never met in the tournament. But if it wasn't Krzyzewski's year, okay, and all the history between Kansas and Nova, Kansas Nova is like a fucking 9.8. Like, to top that takes a lot. Like, and I still think Kansas Nova is now the kid went down. Without that's a fucking unbelievable basketball game.
Right. It for sure
this doubleheader is insane.
It for sure is. But no matter what,
of course.
No, I'm saying
I'm
Coach
just
K's
showing you that it's not. No one's at 5 o'clock. Like, just get me to 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like, if you're smart, you're like, hey, this is a great appetizer.
Coach K's last game makes it 10.
Without a doubt.
Coach K's not last game makes it 9.9, and then Villanova Kansas 9.8. Fact.
Right.
It's crazy. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be one of the best final. We could have had a disaster of Final Four. We got what we needed and wanted. So yeah, I'm gonna be insufferable for the next week. So yeah, that's really it. I have to just be ready for that.
You're working the ticket angle.
All right, that's MJT. See ya.